Thanks again for joining. Okay, please just a moment. Okay, so the first question yesterday was Sunday wants to save consistently for a laptop in 3 months. He wants low risk and modest returns. Which investment is most suitable? So in this question, I'm assuming that Tunde doesn't have that lump sum yet for the laptop. He intends to save consistently. So as he's saving, he doesn't want to spend, doesn't want that emergency to just creep in and take all of his savings. So I feel like, okay, maybe like 50K, maybe 100K in a particular account. So up until it's complete for his laptop. So the best thing you should do, you should invest in a money mutual funds. Yeah, why? Because one, it allows him to add investment as he deems fit in small portions, in piecemeal, or like treasury bills that once you buy, it's one off. You can't really add, you can't remove. So another thing with money mutual funds is that it's very liquid. If he wants to withdraw his money before 3 months, he's able to do that. And if he wants to, he's want to stay beyond 3 months, he's able to do that. But treasury bills, your 91 days is your 91 days, except you get a seller, a buyer that can buy from you. You're not likely going to be able to liquidify it. So his best bet, today's best, Femi buys a 1 million naira treasury bills at a discount of 950,000 naira. After maturity, he receives 1 million naira. What does this illustrate? It simply illustrates that his interest was paid up front. Because like I explained yesterday, when you're buying treasury bills, you get to pay, you pay lesser than what you're expecting in the future. If you're expecting 1 million now, just work back. Whatever you work back, what percentage you used to work back is whatever you're dropping today. That's the amount you're dropping today, which you're going to get that full face value in the future. So the next question says, Ada wants to start investing in T-bills, but only has 50K. Is that possible? Yeah, it is very possible. It is very possible now. Before now, it may not be that very possible. But right now, with fintechs around, of course, you can decide to um, buy treasury bills in piecemeal. You can buy as low as 10,000 naira, even on Bamboo. I explained that yesterday. So another question says, Emeka buys a 91 days treasury bills. When can he access his money? That's the after 91 days. He can't access that money till 91 days time. No, you cannot get it instantly. You cannot get it. Okay, if he buys for a year, maybe in the next 364 days. But if he's buying for 3 months, as the question says, he's going to get the money in 3 months. That's after 91 days. So, and of course, T-bills will always pay back your capital. Please don't be skeptical. The federal government will run with your money. Nigeria is not that bad. Don't feel like maybe the president can wake up today and no, don't worry, your money is safe, irrespective of the party, whoever is involved, where the party in power, the tribe in power. I don't care. I don't what's happening in Nigeria. Even if, well, God forbid, war breaks out here. Don't worry, your money is still safe. Israel and the rest are still servicing their treasury bills, even as we speak, with all of the things that are happening there. So don't worry, your money is safe with the federal government. Then the next question says, Chinwe wants to invest 500,000 naira in something very safe and guaranteed for 1 year, guaranteed returns for 1 year. She's considering treasury bills, which is true. So which of this option is true? One, T-bills are risky and like stocks. No, they are not risky. Risk free. They call T-bills. But that the T-bills rate, we finance also call it risk free rate. It is that fee, that interest rate that is free of default. You can be sure that you get your money back. Nothing, no default, nothing at all. The only thing that can happen is that probably your return actually may not beat inflation. Actually, if inflation rate is higher than T-bills rate, that's the only thing that can happen. T-bills are very safe. They are backed by the government. T-bills don't lose their value overnight. You can say for certain it's predictable. The amount you're getting in the next 3 months or the next 6 months or in the next 1 year, it is very predictable. Then T-bills are concerned, T-bills are stock market. So the next question says, if Ada wants to keep her money safe but still earn a little return, which of this is the best option? If she wants to keep her money safe but still want to earn a little return, Of course, individual stock is the wrong answer because individual stocks are not risk-free. Lottery ticket is a no-no really now, and you expect to get a buy in 1 week. That may be dicey. There may not be certainty within for that. So, of course, money mutual funds is still our best option. If you want to keep our money, see, Mecca invest 500,000 in MMF. After a month, it receives interest. Which does this illustrate? Yeah, MMF pays daily or monthly interest on short-term investments. Yeah, that is true. Every option here is wrong. MMF don't pay at the end of the year. No, they don't pay interest only. They don't. The option of MMF don't pay interest. Only capital gains is very wrong because they pay interest. Then interest is fixed at 10%. That's a lie. It varies. It's not constant. Then the next one is the children want a low risk investment and is considering an MMF. What you should know, MMF are guaranteed to double your money. That's a lie. MMF may not have that capacity to double your money. No, money market instrument don't have capacity to do that. You can money in a year. No, it won't. Of course, it might double your money in a few years, risk, but returns are modest. Yeah, very true. MMF are as risky as stocks. That's a very big lie. The MMF are only for the short-term traders. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. So this next question says, Tola wants short-term investment which is safe and liquid. She wants to earn some interest but might need to access her money within a few days. She's considering an MMF. Which statement is most accurate about Tola she expects? She can earn interest but her money may be locked for years. That's a big lie. MMF are risky. She could lose her entire investment overnight. That's a very big lie. Then C, she can earn a modest return and access her money quickly. Yes, the return is modest. And also she can access her money very quickly. It's very liquid. Then she must invest at least 1 million to get an interest. That is a very big lie too. She does MMF. You can start with 1,000 naira. If you're on carry wise, you can decide to start MMF of your choice with any fund manager of your choice with a minimum of 1,000 naira. So the next question is, Tola wants to invest 500,000 in short-term investment that is safe and liquid. She wants to earn more. She wants to earn some interest, but might. Okay, I think this was the same question we got now. Okay, I think that's all. That's all. That's all. So let's start with the business of today. Today we are talking about shares. Yeah, we're talking about shares. We're talking about the real deal, the one that is meant for the. Yesterday was for babies that take pap. Now that take milk. Now we're really aiming for the meat part now. Yeah, the tough part. But of course, we're starting with biscuit bone. Don't worry, we're starting with biscuit bone. But get ready that this means business. Yeah, we are into meat chewing now. But don't worry, it's not going to be something too. It's going to be a light version. Don't worry. So don't be scared. Just enjoy the role with me. And so let's start for today. Any question for me from what you discussed about the previous day in quiz? Maybe someone else wants to say something. Maybe want me to clarify something more. Maybe something you didn't get yesterday. Something that I missed that I didn't share, or something that just maybe have reservation or whatever. Let's just do that in a minute so we can get into today's business. Okay, I'm believing that we are all clear. Like you understand perfectly what happened yesterday, and you can by tomorrow start an MMF account by yourself. You can buy a treasury bill by yourself. You can do an euro-dollar fund by yourself. You can decide to start FGN savings fund by next week when it opens. That's what I'm assuming is happening tonight now. That whatever was said yesterday.
Hello, good evening, ma.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, please can we wait for a recap of yesterday's class just for us,
Ma?
for like 5 minutes, a recap of yesterday's class for people that missed it.
You said what?
Please, can you do a quick recap of yesterday's class?
I just did that. You joined late. I just did that. But don't worry, I'm going to be sharing the link on my YouTube so you can see rewatch. I just did that. I've been there for the past 15 minutes. I'm sorry.
No
So I'll be
Thank you.
going to what we have for today. So we can finish up. Not today's the last day.
Okay,
so
ma'am.
Just combine what you did yesterday and today. Well, I'll still mention anything between, but let's just start.
Okay, ma'am.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, ma'am.
So today, like I said, we are talking about shares. Yesterday was milk. Today we are chewing meat. Don't be scared. We are starting with biscuit bone. It's not something that I cannot chew. We are starting with liver. Another liver part is always very soft. Don't be scared it. It's boneless. So don't worry. Don't need to be scared of. So my objective today is to see that you have understanding of how to invest beyond fixed returns investments. You're able to do something for yourself beyond treasury bills, beyond something that gives you a guaranteed investment. How you can take calculated risk. Okay, yes, it is true that the stock market is risky, but these are the things to watch out for. My job is to point out to you the things you should be careful of and the things you should know when it comes to the stock market. There's going to be a training later in the year that is going to be a bit more. It's going to be a bit more intense than what we have right now. But let's just start with this. So, what are shares? So you hear that time and time again. Maybe somebody's in the class that can tell me something about stocks or shares. Maybe anything you've heard before. I'm sharing my screen now, so I feel like it's like Ojoro already. But just in case you're there and you feel like you want to say something about stock or something confusing you've heard before, let's start with that. Is anybody in the class that want to say anything? Okay. So shares are just you owning units of a company. That's all. It's just you owning a part of a company. So most of the time, I like to say it like, when you have a bag of rice, you can measure it in cups. You can measure it in, on this part of the world, we call it Congo. You can measure it in, you understand? So what I'm trying to say is that you owning a stock or a share of a company simply means that you're owning a part of that company. So it's just in like, maybe I'm owning a cup of that rice. Maybe I'm owning a cup of that rice. Maybe I'm taking a slice of that pizza. That's just what it looks like. That's what ownership means. That means a part of that company, a part owner. So a company is broken into pieces. Then everybody take their parts. You understand? You can take 2, you can take 10, you can take 5, you can take 100, you can take 1,000,000, depending on how much you're willing to invest. So that is what stocks and shares are, and they are used interchangeably. You hear people say stocks, you hear people say shares. Yeah, they mean the same thing. Then ETF, on the other hand, is a basket of these different investment bought as one. Think of it like an hamper. Christmas is by the corner now. By November, I start seeing people in the supermarket selling hampers. So when you are buying that basket, now you go and meet them and tell them, please, how much is that Milo in that basket, or how much is that cornflakes in that basket? Most likely, when you are trying to price it, you're trying to buy the whole basket. So this is what ETF is like. You are buying that. We don't get to remove one. You don't get to say, please, I don't want spaghetti in my own. I want golden more. You don't get to say that when you're buying a hamper. Whatever is in that hamper is what you get. So when you pay 20,000 for that hamper or 50,000 for that hamper, is the whole of that hamper that you get. So that's what ETF is simply is. It's a basket of shares as one. A basket of shares as one. So to bring us further into this class, because I want this class to be as participative as possible, I want to just share my story from my NYC days. I think I should have it here. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, you can see us.
Can you see my screen? Okay, good. So this is my UBA account. So I went to camp 2014. Yes, November 2014. So when I got to Taraba, I camped in Taraba. So when I got Taraba, they made us open UBA account that year. So we opened UBA account too, and before that, I think I was using maybe Polaris, that was Skybank then, and maybe GT. So of course I was forced to open UBA so they can pay me Malawi, and I knew that I wasn't going to stay in Taraba. I was already working my relocation down to the west. So, but at least for the first 3 months of service before relocation, if anybody has gone to NYC here, you know that they'll keep paying you from that your former state. I don't know if it's still like that now, but then they'll pay your first 3 allowance from that state before you come back. When you come back here, so that state keep paying your first 3 months. Then before the new state resumes. Now, you said? So are you talking to me? Okay, so I was first to open UBA then in the camp. And I can tell you that since they stopped paying that Alawi, maybe I got the last salary maybe like February. Okay, I went in November, and maybe January itself. They paid me November, December, January, and that was all. So since that I left that camp, I've not used my UBA account. So, but I remember then that at that point, I had 1,000 naira left in that account. 1,000 naira left. After withdrawing everything that the NYSC gave me, my 19.8, I left 1,000 naira in the account. And as at 6th of September this month, this is what UBA sent me as my tax credit. They sent me a balance of 1,244 naira. And they gave me tax credit of 8 naira. And I've had this account for more than 2014 till now. Should be like, that should be more than 10 years now. If I'm right, yeah, that should be more than 10 years. So in 10 years, only 244 naira has climbed my 1K. Am I a good investor? So if I have the same knowledge I have now, like I have now, this is what I would have done differently. I could have liquidated an account, probably collect my last 1K. Since I know I'm not going back to UB. Since then, I've not used that account too. I could have liquidated an account and take my 1K and buy GT shares. If I bought GT shares at 2015, at 20 naira in 2015, I could have bought 60.7 units. A unit of GT now is 92 naira. As at when I prepared this slide, which was last week, it's 92 naira. So my 60.7 units would have been worth 558,000. No, 5,500 and what am I saying? 5,585. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so that is what I would have had by now. Had it been, I was able to take that 1K. I have knowledge I have. I could have just said, since that 1K is really insignificant to me now, I could have just taken that amount and invest in GT shares that year. And if I feel like, I want to probably edge my dollar against naira, there's another thing that I could have done. In 2015, I remember during Jonathan's, the end of Jonathan's regime, maybe a dollar was 200 naira. I remember then, I remember my house people shouting, "Oh, we buy $1, 200 naira." Not only that, we're going to get 1.4. They were shouting then. Okay, someone is raising up her hand.
His hand actually.
Hand,
so
sorry.
Say, if you are done 55 if you are done 10,000, then does that mean it will have been 50K plus? Is that?
Yes, it will have been 50K plus by now. My money in 10 years would have been 50K plus in GT shares. I've not gotten to the real gist though. If I had done, okay, let me go back. I remember that year, a particular $1 was around 200 naira. I remember my house people shouting then that 200 naira, okay. Talo mara dollar mo shop eka lo sile oyibo money. Not knowing that we are going to still get 1.4. So if I changed my 1,000 naira then, I could have gotten. Okay, sorry, this slide, I made a mistake. Should have been my 1,000 naira should have been $5 that year. That would have been $5. So if I now took my $5 and said, okay, I want to hedge against naira. If I had the knowledge I have now, and let me go to the New York Stock Exchange and buy something. As at 2015, a share of Netflix was 630. It was 63 naira. Sorry, 63 naira 1 cent. So $63.01. Sorry, $63.01. And as at last week when I prepared this slide, a share of Netflix is $1,222 per share. So if I had bought $6 then, I would have acquired 0.095 units. And that now would have been $116. If I had not done anything extra, just find my 1K and put in Netflix without looking back, nothing extra, sleeping and chilling, the way I'm still doing right now, I would have had $116 in one account without doing anything extra. And that in dollar naira right now is around maybe 168K. So my 1 naira in 10 years would have been worth 168K right now from $1. Sorry, 1,000 naira.
1,000. Yeah, 1,000.
Yes. If I had done this simple step, just go and buy Netflix with that money, with 1,000 naira, I would have 168,000 naira as I speak. So tell me why the $10 of this world, the diamonds of this world will not be getting richer. If I now feel like, it's 1,000 naira now, after if I'm going on the road and 1,000 naira fall from my pocket, I cannot die. Let me throw away this 1,000 naira in quote. Let me throw it away. If I want to be more aggressive, I could have bought crypto. I could have bought Bitcoin. I would have bought $6 of Bitcoin. And my $6 there would have bought me 0.021 units. And right now, that my 0.021 units, that same 0.021 units is worth over 2005 Bitcoin in Bitcoin, $2005 right now in Bitcoin. And that would have been cheaply 3.7 million naira without doing anything extra. For my 1,000 naira, I would have just had 3.7 million naira without doing anything extra. That 1,000 naira that UBA is giving me 200 naira on top in 10 years, this is what I would have had if I had this knowledge I have right now, and I just taken that 1,000 naira and abandoned it. It may look fake, but it's the truth. If I had bought 1,000 naira worth of Bitcoin in 2015, I could have, right now as I speak, okay, at the time I prepared this slide, which was maybe like last week or 2 weeks ago, I would have, with Bitcoin price, I would have had 3.76 million. So tell me why we should not invest. Yeah, I've been late, but I shouldn't be later. I've been late, but I feel I shouldn't be later. Yeah, the right time to invest was yesterday. The best time is now. So the best thing is, since we are now here, how can I right my wrong? How can you right your wrong? Because I know that just like me, you have also made similar mistakes. There are money that you have thrown away, probably on one thing or the other, that could have probably with that seed that would have made you that billionaire today, but which you didn't know. Of course, there was no sort of this knowledge. But right now, people like me, myself, are bringing this kind of knowledge to you so that our mistakes can be minimal. We can make right money decisions. So what I'm trying to say is that yesterday, everything I was saying, risk free. Don't let us lose our money. Capital preservation. But now I'm talking about how to actually make best of your money, like how your money can be turned to wealth for you right now. So that's what I'm about now. So let's go to, did you understand my illustration? Was that interesting? Was that an interesting story? Maybe I want someone to
Yes,
just give me a
very,
feedback.
very interesting.
Yes.
Very,
Let's
very
Yes, it was
go
very
back.
interesting.
Let's go back to 2014.
Was that relatable?
Let's go back to
extra
2014.
relatable.
Is that?
God.
Let's go back to 2014.
Sorry, it's breaking here. Is it my network or something?
Oh, what?
Can everybody hear me?
He said,
Yeah.
yes, we
I
can
just
hear
hope
you.
I'm
He
not
said,
speaking to
let's
myself.
go back to 2014.
Okay, can you hear me right?
Yes.
Okay.
He
Good.
was saying, let's go back to 2014.
This same
That's what he
opportunity
said.
to buy shares. Let's now move to. Okay, so I believe everybody is with me now. Let's now go back to the slides. Okay. So this thing I'm talking about now, you have the option to do that both home and abroad from the comfort of your home. Please, if you still feel there's somebody that should be here, that is not yet here, please kindly do me the honors by sending this link to them. The same link I sent to you, the same link you have to participate in this class, please help me send it to that person. Please. So both in Nigeria and in any part of the world, even in America or the UK, in Asia, you can now from the comfort of your home buy shares. You can invest in cryptocurrencies, you can invest in shares, you can do any investment that every other rich man that you know is exposed to. Now me and you can also start from there now. there's a retail portion for us now to start from somewhere. So they are no longer holding knowledge. They are right now, we cannot have this, we cannot know this, and we can act accordingly. So you can buy in Nigeria, ranging from the agri sector, the financial sector. In the agri sector, we have shares, like we have companies like Okomu, like Presco. In financial services sector, we have like GTCO, UBA, and the rest. And sorry, that UBA I was talking about the other time is the money in my account. I didn't buy UBA shares. It was the money in my account, like right now in the bank. If I go to bank tomorrow, that is the money they're going to show me that is in my account, or probably that's the only money I'm able to withdraw. So I didn't use that money to do anything. It was just lying down in my account. So it's not as if maybe I bought shares, UBA shares, and that was what I was getting. No. So right now you can buy financial services, you can buy GT, you can buy UBA, you can buy insurance companies, any insurance company of your choice, depending on the ones that are listed on the market. You can buy consumer goods. Consumer goods are goods that me and you use day after day. Today you have used salt. I don't think anybody is here that have not used salt today. You have cooked, unless you are fasting. You must have used salt. You must have eaten. If you don't cook your house, you must have bought bread. There's salt in bread. There's sugar in bread. If you feel like I've not practically actually sat down to drink garri with sugar, but I can tell you that probably you've eaten bread in the last 1 week. You have eaten biscuit. You have bought biscuit for your children. You have taken sweets. You have done something that has sugar one way or the other. So why are the people producing this sugar? Why should we just be consumers? Why should me and just be taking Milo, taking beer, taking from Nigerian breweries, drinking malt? Why should me and you just be doing all of that? Daily goods, the tea you are drinking. Yeah, my mom, I know sure some people will drink Milo this week before this week runs out. So why can't you also be part owners? That when you see somebody buy Milo the next time, your head self will correct. Your head will correct. So one of my friends worked with a commercial bank, and she was complaining about the work was stressful and all of that. And now they're trying to cut costs and all of that in the department. I was like, and I'm sure that in that company. I said, please don't complain. Oh. Your management is helping me to manage my money. Yeah, my friend, but please don't let me ever hear you complain about your bank again. And make sure that your management that I'm managing money, they are trying to help me make profits. That's what I told her. That was just a joke, actually. So what I'm trying to say is that all of these goods that we use day to day, why don't you become part owners of it? You can buy in real estate. If you don't like consumer goods, you can buy in real estate. You can buy, don't like.
I can't hear you anymore. Is it only me?
No, it's not only you. I can't hear anymore as well.
sorry. I think my network just went off, so I had to switch to an alternative network. Sorry, I'm so sorry. What did I miss? What did I miss? We have opportunities both in Nigeria and internationally. If you feel you don't want Nigerian stocks, I don't trust this economy enough. When you see one president will come or one party will change and things will start messing up again, Naira will start becoming 5,000 Naira. If you feel like you don't trust the economy enough, you can do international. You can hedge against the dollar. You can decide to, okay, buy foreign stocks. You can buy individual stocks. You can buy ETF. And the funny thing is that you can buy for as low as $1, as low as $1. So tell me, who is this wealth thing not made for? Even that market woman, if only I can communicate fluently in Yoruba, I can go to the next market woman and start shouting this thing. I know they say they have the money to invest. Who doesn't have $1? Who doesn't have 5,000 Naira to just buy shares and keep? So what I'm trying to say is that ETFs, your ETFs are there. Like I said, the basket of investment. They have different ETFs. They have banking ETFs. So in the ETF, what are just there is just banks. You have the NGX 30. NGX 30 is just a combination of stocks in the top 30. You have the Dangote, the MTN, and the rest. So if you don't want that, you can do foreign ETFs. You have ETFs that cover the all 500 top companies in the US. You have ETFs that they cover tech companies in the US. You have dividend paying ETFs. You have ETFs concentrating on commodities such as gold. You have ETF concentrating on real estate. So there's something for everybody. I don't believe that there's somebody in this life that can say that investment is not for me. Tell me which part is not for you and I'll give you an alternative. So there's something for you. You can buy QQQ. QQQ ETF is a combination of top tech companies in the US. In QQQ, you have the Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, WhatsApp. In that you have Nvidia, the people that are in charge of the AI. You have a lot of them. You have Netflix, a lot of them. So there's something for you. If you don't want ETF, you can do individual stocks. So let's talk about dividend stocks and growth stocks. What are dividend stocks? I think these words are thrown. Sorry, I didn't get the comment. Well, okay, can everybody hear me now? I'm just checking the chat box. Can everybody hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you from here.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So let's talk about dividend stocks and growth stocks. What are dividend stocks? Those are those stocks that their job in this life is just to pay you, to give you passive income. That is what I call cool money. This October, some people are going to be smiling, just that all of us are looking the same, but some of us are just different. Some people now, in fact, I need to start knowing some of those my friends that bought Stanbic or that bought UBA that will be collecting a lot in October so I can eat shawarma. So the thing is that those dividend stocks, what they just use that they pay dividend. They may not grow so much. When I mean grow so much, they may not increase in value so much because just like anybody that is in business, most people, if you won't have much to spend as the owner. Like now, if I'm selling, for instance, I'm selling clothes now. I'm selling clothes and I'm selling for 100,000. My capital is 100,000. And maybe when I finish selling in a particular year, I've been able to make 150,000 in total revenue. So let's say that 50,000 is not my own profit. 50,000 is not my profit. I can choose to carry my profit and go and oblate, or I can choose to carry my profit and put in my business. That okay, this 50,000 naira, the next time I'm buying clothes, I'm putting it so my turnover can increase by next year. So those dividend companies, they just want you to oblate. As they're making profit, they want shareholders to smile. When you get your alert, it's like, correct. That's what they want. So on the other hand, growth companies are the opposite. Growth companies are still in that phase where they want to grow. So they'll pay you little or no dividend. They won't pay you much. Like I said, if I make 50,000 profit now, I can decide to open, I can try to learn my business, but I can say, okay, I've made 50,000 now. Let me just take 40,000 and put it back in my business. Maybe 30,000 I can just use me to enjoy myself, to say thank you for working for the year. So those growth companies will pay you that 10,000 small profits. They'll pay you small part of your profit, that is dividend. and use the remaining 40,000 naira to improve the business. They can improve the business with it. Or on the other hand, they can choose dividend companies that they'll pay you 40K as dividend just for you to smile. Then they'll just invest 10,000 naira. So you cannot expect the people that are paying you a lot of profits as dividend to increase as fast as those that are plowing back their profits. You understand? So those are the two categories of companies that we have: the growth companies and dividend paying companies. So let me now ask you a question. Maybe 1, 2, 3 people can answer me from. And please, I want to hear. I don't want you to start. No, you say it. I will hear it loud and clear, so I can know that I'm not the only one hearing myself since beginning of today. So, if you have 1 million naira to invest in any stock, will you prioritize dividend or you prioritize growth? So, one thing about those growth companies, let me just give you an explanation. One thing about those growth companies is that their share price increase fast. I put that you see that. Look at, for example, now the growth that Mutual Benefits Insurance. This is not financial advice. We are just gisting. Not every time this class started this gist. We have gotten more comfortable with each other since yesterday now, so it's flowing easily more now. It's not like we are gisting. So I saw Mutual Benefits in January. It was 0.8 kobo. That's 80 kobo. 80 kobo at January. As at this September, they have crossed 3 naira. I'm like, we kind of now you be this. I was like, this is a lot too. In just 9 months. Imagine someone that got pregnant in January. The person that is living in September now. As short as that 9 months is. Some people have. How many times is 0.8 times getting to 3 naira? Do you know how many times it must have doubled and doubled and doubled before it can reach 3 naira? So imagine you put 1 million in that kind of stocks in January. I'm very sure that you should be having like 6 million now. If you put 1 million in January, you should be having like 6 million now. So what growth stocks does, they increase in value easily, unlike dividend paying stocks. So if in the comments, if you want to talk, you can just unmute yourself. If you have 1 million naira today, what do you prioritize? Is it capital gains, true growth stocks, or dividend stocks? Thank you. You have the floor. I will unmute somebody. Please, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Am I just talking to myself?
Yes, good evening. We can hear
Good
you.
evening.
Okay, for me, if I have a 1 million, right, I'll put 600,000 in growth stock, and the 400K will be for the other one. That's
dividend
the
stock.
dividend stock. So I know that my money will grow well, and on the other hand, I can still hope play myself.
Hey, Chop Life Gang. This auntie, I need to come to your house, please. I need to come and be living with you. You start beat Chop Life. I can see a diversified there. So that, maybe we should won't co-host this thing together. I have no diversification. Don't teach me diversification. Should I put as co-host? It's good to know that people can think of growth as well as dividend. You can get both. Yes. Any other person?
Okay, so for me, if I have 1 million naira, I would like put, let's say, 700 in growth investment, and put 300 in dividend. Basically, because sometimes when you get those dividend, you might actually have some issues on ground that might not really, because me, I really believe in, when you get those dividend, you might actually want to reinvest back, like take that dividend back to what you have. So there are sometimes that there are so many cases that you might not want to, because there are some pressing issue that you want to, but I know if that money is not there, you will still find your way around the situation. So I would rather just put the larger part in growth, so that even when I get the dividend out of that 300,000, I'll know that, okay, the little money that I get, I can use it to just minimize the level of blade that I will do. So I know that, okay, there's a larger amount in the growth where I know I will get something huge.
I like that. This person is thinking long term. Yeah, thinking long term. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. So there's something for everybody. Like that's what I'm just trying to bring out. If you want to play, there's something for you. If you want growth, there's something for you. So there's something for everybody. You want foreign shares, you did there. You want Nigerian stocks, you did there. You want ETF, is it? So there's really no excuse. In fact, after this call, just like I don't know each of your houses, I should be coming one by one. I'm knocking. Have you invested? I'll just give like 3 days to go and think of what you want to do. Yes, what you really invest. And but I don't want to hear something like it's not for me or it's too expensive. I don't have money. I'm not rich enough. Those are just they are the lies out there. If somebody's selling like an invest as low as $1, that's I think as our last week was less than 1.5. Less than 1.5. So I don't think anybody here have not. In fact, if you want transporting yourself, I believe that some people went to church today. Transporting yourself from your house to your church, probably you don't spend more than 1,500. So on a daily basis, you're spending more than 1,500. So you closing your eyes and taking a little out of your money to invest shouldn't be a big deal. And if you're buying Nigerian stocks, it's 5K. What is 5K? 5K that somebody come and visit your house now, and they come and say they are visiting you on Sunday, and you say you take 5K for transport for your Uber. So tell me, what is there not to use to invest? So there's something for everybody. So the real cost right now is for us to go into how to pick stocks. Yeah, like I said, there's something for everybody, but you don't carry, it's just like markets. You know, when you go to the market and they put those tomatoes for you, you have to tell them to move the ones on top so you can see what is down. You can, the way Nigerians can be. Those market women, you won't believe that because you are seeing fine tomato up. You say unpack it. Let me see, because if you are not careful, they are just putting the fine ones up, and the ones that are down, they are the esha, as the Yorubas will call it. So what I'm trying to say is that what are the things you look out for when you want to invest? So this is where the real business begins, and I hope that I'm able to simplify this without sounding like an accountant. I'm able to, the way I gist it like this, I'm also able to gist that process with you. So the next time you're about to do that, you can do that easily. You can actually pick a stock easily. And you can try your first investment easily. So what I think you look out for, number one thing you check is their revenue and profitability. Any company at all. If you're not checking their books, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. We're not checking their books. So just like every other thing you want to do in this life, we check if you should do it or not. I don't know what example can I give now. For parents, you want to carry children to school. If we are picking a school for your children, probably are checking, okay, the distance from home, that is fair enough. But also checking what they are teaching them. You can't go to a school. You can't take your children to a school where they are teaching your children, I'm coming now. No, you won't take your children to that kind of school. So there's some things you check before you say, okay, I'm taking my child there. Or there's some things you check before you start saying that, okay, I'm buying this, I'm buying that. Yeah, just like that. You just don't go to the market and pick anything. No. You don't do that. You don't do that. So the best thing is you check their revenue and profitability. Check their accounts, check their financial statements. And please, as much as possible, I'm not going to make this boring. We've been gisting since Monday. I still want us to continue to gist. So this is not the time to leave the call. And I'm not boring with so much accounting terms and all of that. So let me just explain it as much as easily and as comprehensible as possible. So the first thing you're going to be checking is their net profit margin. What is net profit margin? No, we are gisting, Abi. So let me make you understand what net profit margin is. Net profit margin is now. Okay, before I will start that, let somebody on the call, probably just if a business person on the call, I want to just somehow sell, and so I can just use you for an example. You understand? Maybe seeing a business person able to tell us that I sell clothes, and so I can use your business scenario to explain what net profits might look like. Yes, is anybody on the call that is willing to volunteer to do that for us?
Okay, you just want us to say you want us to say the kind of business you do, but so that you can use it as an example, right? Hello, can you hear me?
No, what she's expecting from us
I can hear you now.
as a business owner. Okay, if maybe I'm selling clothes, I bought the cloth at the rate of 1,000 naira. I bought 50. So that's like a 500,000 or 50,000. Then after my carriage inward, the cost of carrying it, the cost of maybe bagging the clothes and everything, I spent a total of 3,500. That's like a 53,500. So at the end of the day, I'm selling the clothes 2,000 per 2,000 naira. That's like a
I think me is
100,000.
breaking from my hand here. Is it just me?
I can hear her clearly.
So that's like a 100,000. If you remove your 100,000 from the 53,500, and of course you have other running expenses, cost of call card, cost of maybe your employee in the office. If you remove that, that's where you now get your profits, the profits that belongs to you. So that's what she's trying to. That's why she needs a business person that can say, okay, this and this and this. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you.
I'm so sorry. Oh, it's a bit cloudy here. Maybe that's why it's looking as if my network is not cooperating enough. Can everybody hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you from here.
Okay, I think the person that talked said, let's imagine that she sells clothes now for 1,000 naira each, and she bought 50 pieces. That means she's getting 50,000 naira. So let's assume she bought those clothes 500 naira each. So that means 50 of them will cost 25,000 naira ordinarily. So that 25,000 naira minus 50,000 naira that she's selling it, she's getting extra 25,000 naira now as profit. So 25,000 naira divided by a sales price is 50%. Who agrees with me? Who agrees with me? Okay. So what am I? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. So that 25,000 naira is a profit. So what that means is that just like that company you're going to, you're hiring, that MTN stock that you're hiring, that GT stock you're hiring, that Nigerian Brewery stock you're hiring, how much of their sales become profit? That should be a number one question. That should be a number one question. Would you want to invest in a company that their cost out of that 1,000 naira is 950 naira and their profit is 15 naira, or a company that their profit is 25,000 naira, they're selling at 15 naira, and they're selling at 1,000 naira, their cost is 500 naira, and they make 500 naira extra? Sorry, am I making sense? Like what I'm trying to say is that we invest in company A. Company A now, they are selling each good for 1,000 naira, and their cost of producing that thing is 950 naira. That is, they are making 15 naira profits. Or you invest in a company that they are incurring 1,000 naira. No, they are they are selling for 1,000 naira and they are incurring 500 naira. No, they are keeping 500 naira for themselves as profits. Which one will you prefer? Please let somebody answer me. Let somebody unmute and answer me. Was my explanation clear? Did you hear me? Or I need to explain again, maybe using a different scenario. Please, people of God, talk so I can know that you are here with me. Did you hear what I said? Or which of these companies would you like to invest in? Mr.
Your
Jegede, yeah, I'm calling
was
names
clear
now.
enough,
I'm calling
right?
people out.
Your
Okay.
explanation was clear enough, right? If, of course, nobody
Okay.
wants to invest in a business that has only 15 naira profits when we can have a 500. So everybody wants to go for the one that has 500 naira profits.
Yeah. So this same thing that we said now, you now apply when you see a particular company's financials. Like check how much they're selling, check their revenue, check their profits. So let me show you the formula for doing that would be this. Although there's going to be a training later in the year, maybe by November, where we are going to sit down. If you are really interested in this stock market thing, we can sit down together and look at companies earnings and probably position ourselves against January. Yeah, but as long as I want this to be the light version, like, okay, let everybody be able to relate with everything I'm saying. So the company margin, profit margin is a very important thing to consider when you're considering buying any stocks at all, any company stock at all. Please, how more are they turning? Or there's some people that are not making profits. There's some people that is net loss they are making. They are still they want to use their money to pay staff, do everything. Those kind of companies. Number one rule for me to invest in any company, that you must be making profits. That is why when I saw Alex is a company in the agri sector, I think he sells, I can't remember, is it palm oil he sells? So, and since the beginning of this year, but their financials is nothing to write home all about. I'm not in any way blacklisting. Public information. The public information is on their website, is on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. They've not made profits in like a year. So although their share price is going up because what they are selling is going up in the international market, hyped, and number two, maybe people just like they are believing that maybe as time goes on they will match up to whatever they are selling in the international market. But for me, if a company is not giving me green light from that place, as they don't know, I don't do that. I don't joke with my profits. I don't joke with my profits. Maybe when I become bigger than this, so maybe when I can have money to just, okay, let's see that maybe I'll straight away that money. If it comes fine, it doesn't come, all is well, and maybe that. But for me, I must see that the profit line is green. Anything that is red, please delete. It's piano, I've disappeared. So, and another thing I compare is if this company is making 500 naira, like we said earlier, what is other people making? If other people are making 500 naira, I'm satisfied. But I mean, when I mean other people, I mean peers. Like we are talking about banking sector now. If GTCO is making 500 naira, is it the same thing that UBA, Zenith, all of them are making? All of them are making 700 naira. If GTCO is making 500, so I'll be like, on top of Fishori, why are they making 700? You are making 500. That means you're not as efficient as possible. So not only am I sure that they're making profit, then I will compare them with their peers. What are the others doing? Just like, of course, I remember when we were small, when you carry second or third in class, daddy will tell you that there was first, when they carry first afterwards, just like that. Same time, I'm telling that particular stock, if they are not making that profit, the others are making, I'm like, those ones they have 2 heads. So I prefer to go for profit that is more than is less. So enough of net profit margin. The next I check is their returns on equity. Returns on equity is just simply how much of my money that you have taken is turning to profit for me. So let's just, for example, make it look like, what would have been a perfect example now? That net profit they are making, how much of it impacts my equity directly, impacts my shares directly? So like now, if I'm investing on a company, how much of 100 naira is being turned to profits? How is the company managing my own money? How are they managing my investments? So those are the questions I ask. So if I'm 500 naira, I'm investing in this company, how much of it? Hello? Are you talking to me? Okay. So how much of my money is turning to profits? So this is different from the first one we said was how much of their sales is turning to profit. But this one now is how much of my money. So that means the ROE, which is return on investment, with this formula we're seeing on the board, is 18%. That means for every money I put in GTCO or in Zenith Bank or in Nestle or in the Nigeria bureaus, it means that 80% of my money is what turns to profit. So if the profit is not, if I turn just 5% of my money to profit, I'm not going to invest because I believe that you're not doing enough. You're not maximizing my money. I cannot give you money. Just like now, you should give, maybe now I have a business, I sell clothes. They should not give me 10,000 naira to invest in my company. And I'm telling you that by the time you come back next year, this is your 10,000 naira. I only give you 5 naira on top. That's return on equity is just measuring. Does that sound same to you? Like, I'm giving you 10,000 naira for a whole year, and you're telling me that I should come back next year and collect 5 naira plus. Let my money stay in my pocket. That's going to be your reaction. So return on equity is just that thing that measures how much of your money, how much do you get on your own money that you're dropping down. How much profit are they making? Are they using your money to make? But if you give me 10,000 naira and I tell you next year come back and collect 12,000 naira, I think you say correct. Or come back and collect 13,000 naira. Come back and collect 15,000 naira. That will look like good investment to you. But imagine me telling you that this can come by this time next year and come and collect 10,000 and 100 naira, like 10,000 your capital, they wanna put 100 naira on top as your profit. Nobody wants to do that kind of profit. So these are things you check. The figures that only accountants or finance people should understand. It should be something me and you can understand. So far, you are able to go to your regular market, and able to buy, pick up things in the market, and you're able to pay, and you get change. Let's say you go to that woman that sells things near your junction now, and you buy milk, you buy Milo, you buy sugar, and all of those things, and you give her 1,000 naira, and she's able to give you maybe 600 naira exchange, or give you 300 naira exchange, or you're able to enter cab, you enter keke, and you're able to give her keke man 500 naira, and she's able to give you 300 naira. You know, that means you understand how keke work. You understand how that woman sells, and how she gives you change. So the same way, she also understand the basics when it comes to these companies before you actually put your money to invest. Before you put your money to invest. So check how much of their profits, how much of their sales turns to profit. Check how much of your money turns to profit for you. It's also very important. Then another thing that I check is their debt to equity ratio. This is simply how much loan do they have on their neck. Just like how they are collecting money from we as owners. They're also borrowing money. You know, yesterday I was talking about commercial paper. There's also other loans that they get apart from commercial paper. They get bonds. Bonds can be for years. Commercial paper is always less than 1 year. That was discussed yesterday. But for bonds now, we're talking about loans that are beyond a year. You understand? So you can, some people are here. Some people, don't be surprised. Some people are actually borrowing Dangote money for the next 20 years. Some people are borrowing GT money, interest. What they get in return is yearly interest. So how much of their money is allocated to debt? I must be concerned about that, because if anything happens, according to law and according to order, the first person that gets settled is debtors. Is your creditors, sorry. Your creditors. The people that owe money. Just like now, it's just normal. If now, for example, now, if I owe you money, maybe, and I get salary, if I owe you money and I get salary, you're the first person I'll pay before me, I won't think of myself. As soon as I get my salary, my last jobs like this, you're the first person I'm thinking, I owe Mr. Bayo 30K. Before I won't start spending my salary, I'll remove your money from me. If I'm someone of integrity, I know some people don't fear God. People that run away from Pampi. If you're a person of integrity, as you are getting your salary, you remember that man, that your friend that you called for 2K, bros, please, I need to buy fuel in my car. Just give me. I need to do this. I need to clean, buy food. I need to, you know the things that I will just easily collect from my friend now. Babe, please simply borrow me. Ask your friends, all those kind of things. So if a person with integrity, as your salary enters, the first thing you do is you pay your debt. So the same thing in this case now. The first person that get paid in all of this scenario is debtors. So if they are too much, if this person is basic, just like normal Nigerians now, I don't think anybody in Nigeria can actually come out and be like, I owe Pampi, I owe Fair Money, I owe OP, I owe everybody join. I'm the chief debtor of Nigeria. This is not something people are proud of, if I can put it that way. You understand? So just like that for companies, they shouldn't come and tell me that they hold this much. Why are you holding the whole world? Why are you trying to hold the whole world? So if you have so much debt, I'm running away from you. So ideally, shareholders' money should be 2:1 to debt to your debt. Usually for a company, except for banks, it should be 2:1. So for every 2 naira that you own, you can only borrow 1 naira. But when reverse is the case, when for every 2 naira debt, there's 1 naira ownership. I'm running away. That company is not for me. And I'm saying this is this is my personal opinion. The only people that are allowed to hold debt times 10 they are only banks. No banks now. All of our money, if you put your money in bank now, your money is in the bank now. Yeah, creditor to the bank. You understand? You're going to bank. The bank is owing you. So because of deposit that they collect from customers, they are allowed to have there's a bigger accommodation for debt when it comes to banks. So if you're not a bank, you're a regular company, maybe manufacturing, maybe you're in services and all of that, and you're owing so much, no, I'm running away. Ideally, shareholders' money should be more than the debts that are involved in the company. But in the case where it is more, it's a red flag for me. It's a red flag for me. So that the things I check. So I check your profitability. I check your debt level too. Don't worry, all of these things I'm going to drop in the group. So while we're always talking about that stuff, I think I should just drop the link. Drop the link to the Telegram group. Okay, somebody asked how we are able to know or identify a company that is making profits. See, once you open their financial statement, it's a run through. You see revenue, you see cost of sales. I think the only thing I did wrong was not bringing a sample of that statement here. Don't worry, I'll drop it on Telegram group. So because of that now, I'm going to be copying the link and dropping it. And two, if you are not on WhatsApp, you are wrong. I'm going to be dropping WhatsApp number to please message me and also add me up, send my contact, Profitable Fumbi. Let's get acquainted. So I'm in the mood of making more friends. So I'm going to be dropping my WhatsApp line too. But let me drop this Telegram group first. So that's the Telegram group. If you have not signed, you have not joined us, please join us. That's where we talk about these things. That's why it's rolling, why it's balling.
12,000.
Sorry, are you talking to me? Okay. You are not part of us. Help us mute too. Please help us mute. Kindly help us mute. So I'm also dropping my WhatsApp number right now on the chat box. Please add me up. Save my name, Profitable Fumbi, or else I will appear in your dream tonight. I'm just joking. So another thing you do for me is to, after this class, after we're done here, you're going to leave me a review, but you're going to do that through the Google form I'm dropping right now. Please be honest, be honest. You're going to drop me a review how this whole experience has been for you. So I've dropped those 3 links, the Telegram group. Can everybody see it? So the Telegram group, my WhatsApp line, and also the review form. So kindly do the needful. Thank you so much. Thank you. So as I was saying, the next time I'm going to be checking is dividend. Actually, if you're a dividend person, yes, you want dividend. The next time I'm going to be checking is the dividend. So let's go back to sharing my screen. Sorry, a moment. So the next I'm going to be doing is to check their dividend. Yeah, if you're a dividend person, this is very important. Like, it should be one of the things you should have at the right. Is it right now? Left? Yoruba people say that you must not used to eat. So you're not used to it. Have it on your left side. Yes, your left hand. This one not used to eat. If you're a dividend person, you love dividend, then this is for you. So what this simply means is how much of I'm so sorry. I've been switching and switching since. Like one will just go bad and the other one too. I'm sorry. Please, Ejo, forgive me. So the next I'm going to be talking about is dividend. So like I said, if you're a dividend person, put that one in your left hand like this, so you know it to it. So dividend is just you checking how much of your market price, the amount you bought, it turns to dividend for you. So if they're telling you now that you should buy a stock for maybe like 100 naira, and I'm going to be giving you 25 kobo dividend, does that make any sense? I'm buying each share like this, 100 naira. They are telling me that come and collect 25 kobo for dividend. So that doesn't make any sense. So that means if you buy, and you know you're buying multiples of 100, they're buying 5,000 naira. So when will my 25 cents become big money? I'm not talking of interim dividend. I'm talking of the total dividend that I'm paying for the year. How much of it turns to, how much of your market price turns to dividend for you? It's also very important. Check that. Check that. So let me share my screen. Yep. So if, for instance, now you are investing 100 naira and they tell you that you come and collect 5 naira per year, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Because, of course, they'll still pay next year. But there's some companies that are doing better. Like GT now. GT is, as when GT was on 60 naira, 40 naira, it was paying like 8 naira. When GT was like something like they pay like 8 naira. So that's what that you should look at. Anybody that is not paying you up to 5% of your market price, it is a bad investment. Please, it's a bad, unless disclaimer, it is growth stock, like I said. But if they claim to be a dividend paying company, no, and they're not paying you more than 5%, it's a no. It's a no. Then the Shukuma tell us that they are growth company, and because of that, they are paying little dividend. So if this is your priority, your dividend, then you must also pay attention to their dividend yield. It's just the dividend they pay per share over the market price that you're buying. That is all. So, like I said, there's still going to be in fact, I'm leaving this commitment already. What if I change my mind later? There's still going to be maybe a step further to this call, and like I'm intermediate level by November. So why would trash this down? But people are really interested in trading the financial markets and that don't mind the numbers, that want to do it yourself. Yeah, there's going to be another training in November. We're just going to be facing the financial markets only. And if you feel like I cannot do all of that, I'm your girl too. I can help you do all of that for chicken money. I can help you do all of these things. In case I only for one of the calculations, I can do that for you, and yes, give you projections and all of that. So the next thing I'm going to be looking at is price to earnings ratio. Don't let this big name confuse you. What price to earnings ratio just simply means is this stock cheap? When I mean cheap, if they're telling you to pay 7 naira or 2 naira or 5 naira or 100 naira or 2,000 naira, that's not what cheap means. So it simply means that let me use example of a car. If they ask you to come and buy Corolla 2005, no, let me come back to, let me stop sharing my screen so I can. If they ask you to come and buy Corolla 2005 for 30 million naira, who buy it here? Please let me know in the comments too, so I can know people that I can sell, I can make money off. If you know you can buy a Corolla 2005 for 30 million, please signify in the comments. Let's do business. I guess nobody wants to do business with me. So what this just simply means is that if a particular stock is cheap, okay, let me explain this way. Let me continue to use the car example. So if they're telling you to come and buy a Benz, I really don't know cars, but let's just say I know that at least Benz is luxury, car. So if they can't come and buy a Benz for 30 million, I think anybody here may want to consider that. You may want to think, okay, maybe Benz is fine for 30 million. Just check the mileage, check some other things. Car people now, you know what to check. So you don't mind, you can buy 30 million Benz. But nobody will buy a Corolla 2005 for 30 million. Let's be realistic. Nobody. Let us now say Nigeria is on top. Nobody will buy that for that price. So the same thing as stocks. They can just come and buy. It may be 10 naira, but the value of the stock itself, what you're going to get from that stock is going to be probably 1 naira. If I'm buying a Benz now. I'm buying for my prestige. I'm buying for, maybe there are some things that the car will do. Maybe there's some, I remember that guy in social media used to say that this car is not for civil servants. So maybe there's some things there's some modification, some technology that will be enjoying by using that 30 million car. But that's that same thing cannot, my Corolla 2005 cannot achieve that. They cannot achieve that. Let's be realistic. Cannot achieve that for 30 million naira. So even though you're buying 30 million naira, you just bought 30 million naira, it's just expensive, so it cannot, because you bought 30 million naira and it will blow AC more than it can blow. It will do reverse camera more than it can do. You cannot do more than what it's made for. Even though you bought it, you cannot, if you like, go and tell you what I bought 30 million. In fact, they'll be looking at you that, are you okay? How can you buy this kind of car 30 million? They'll be like, what buy you go? Were you sleepy? Were you jazzed? They'll be asking such questions. So the same thing for stocks. So don't let anybody die, if I use that language here. Don't let anybody slap you. No. So when you're buying stocks, check if it is cheap. And PE ratio will achieve that for you. Check if it is cheap. Check if it is cheap. So check if it is cheap. Like, this particular amount I'm paying, is it worth the stock? Is it worth the share price? Like, is it worth all the things that are asking me to pay? The thing asking me to pay, are you going to match up to that price? Are you going to give me value for my money? Are you going to give me value for my money? But this changed easily. Let me put it that way, because maybe a little hype in stock price now can just make the thing to change. I mean, but it's related to stock price. P ratio is market price over earnings per share. So market price can change anytime. Of course, it moves daily, it moves every minute, it moves ahead. So maybe something happened. Now, maybe for instance now, Dangote can just announce we are carrying maybe are buying a new plant, cement plant in Ghana. Of course, investors are happy. If immediately they start investing, they start buying, the price will go up. So that's not the right time to buy, because at that point, the price has gone up. And what Dangote is actually going to do? Yeah, it's a good company, but you have paid more than the normal. You have paid premium to buy at that point in time. You have paid premium. When the whole market settles, maybe after 1 week, when they recover from the fact that Dangote wants to purchase a new cement factory in Ghana or anywhere in Africa, when the whole market has gone down, like their body is not calm, the excitement is no longer in the air, you cannot come and buy. So at part time, check what the P ratio is saying. And if this is let me make it make sense, because we may be asking your heart now that how I know that this is expensive? What is the criteria? What should be the least amount the P ratio should be? There's not really a least amount, but what really matters is that check with competitors, with peers. If banks now, there's a P ratio they should have. You understand? So for me now, GT is a premium bank. Even though the P ratio is high, I know they can deliver anytime. Imagine GT entered London Stock Exchange this year. So if the P ratio is higher than normal, than all the other person, I know that GT Bank is able to deliver, because their cost is low. Because they incur in the operations is low. You can count how many GT is maybe for the question and any other place, maybe 2 per city. Unlike some other banks that you see at every junction, every major junction, they are there. You understand? So to some extent, what GT passes is that they try to do actually the same result, but minimal cost. They invest more in their technology. So if GT is telling me that I should buy them, I really don't mind. Because I know that GT has tendency, they have the potential, they have everything to deliver, unlike some other banks. You understand? So, but if a bank that is not GT is telling me I should come and buy for the price, for the P ratio of GT, I'll be like, excuse you, what is your model? What are you trying to achieve? What are you? Let me understand your business very well. How can you match up to what GT is doing already? So what I'm saying is that compare with peers. That's why you know if the stock is expensive. If P ratio is like 5 and mixed peers now, and the particular stock is telling you 7, ask why. What is happening? Okay, is there a growth news by the corner? Is there something that is brewing that people are really excited about and they're buying and making the share price go up? So those are the things you should check. So I've mentioned P ratio, I've mentioned dividend yield, I've mentioned ROAS, which is capital returns on equity, I've mentioned net profit margin, and I've mentioned debt to equity ratio. So those are the 5 things that any beginner investor should check. You can do this in 10 minutes. You can do this in 10 minutes. Don't take your time. Like I said in November, there will be a similar not probably maybe not a training like this, and we'll be able to charge down some of these things easily. So by the time you see a financial statement, you can able to do that in under 10 minutes, like fast. You're able to decide if this is a buy or not. If it's a buy or not. So let's go to platforms which you can buy your stocks. Platform to buy your stocks. You can buy your stocks on Bamboo. Okay, first of all, they are brokers. They are licensed brokers. And like I shared on the group yesterday, I think I shared on the Telegram group yesterday. You can buy from any broker there. You can open any account. Your account is a broker there, and they will help you with your CSCS number. Your CSCS number is your BVN in this part of the ma. So I didn't ask if there are questions. Before I move to platforms to buy, any question for me? Any question for me? This is what I've said so far. What don't you understand? What should I go back on? What should I re-explain? I want to believe there is none. Nobody's answering. Am I the only one in this meeting? Please, if everything is clear, let me see thumbs up in the chat box. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If everything is fine, you get what I'm saying.
Okay. Good evening, ma. So I don't know.
Good evening, ma.
Personally, I think I still have like some confusion. Like I got the examples of the ways you were describing the metrics to look out for when you're buying a stock, like the debt to equity ratio and things like that. But there are some things that not I promised like a class that would give more details maybe later to things like that. It's making me a bit skeptical to like ask maybe in-depth questions about how to actually recognize these things, and like at a glance, like if I cannot maybe bring out calculator, if I cannot see, or if I probably cannot remember putting the price ratio over one particular thing. Ma, can you hear me?
Sorry, I can't hear you. I went off. Sorry.
Okay, I was just trying to say that. I was just trying to say, Ma, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, so I was just trying to talk about some of the formulas that you talked about, especially when it comes to metrics to look out for when you want to buy a particular stock, or whether like after deciding whether you want a dividend stock or you want a growth stock. And I just want to understand, first off, maybe just to ask the basic question. When you're talking about the metrics, do these metrics apply to both growth stocks and dividend stocks, or they apply particularly to dividend stocks?
No, to all stocks actually. That the basic things you check. So we can still go deeper, but let's just say these are your go-to. Like once I see a company, what should I spot? Like what are the things I should spot immediately? You understand? Whether it's a growth company or the dividend stock, these are just the things you should spot immediately. Like your go-to immediately, the basics. So it applies to both growth stocks and dividend stocks.
Okay, then also I want to ask, what would you advise someone that is maybe like new to investing, and then the person is not so maybe the person is not so the person wants to invest in stocks, right? But the person is not so keen to like getting money in piecemeal, because I feel like that's what dividend stocks will give, right? Like piecemeal on the long run. Would you still with that knowledge advise a new investor to go more for dividend stocks, or would you advocate more for growth stocks, especially for like a new investor who is probably not spending, maybe the person is not investing a lot, like 1 million naira in a particular stock or something?
Okay. I get your answer. So if this person is thinking of this beginner doing long term, right?
Yes, and then yes, that's another question I want to ask. That like, what's like the advisable duration that you give? Because when you started your explanation, at the beginning, and you're talking about how 10 years ago, if you had placed your 1,000 naira to buy this particular stock, what it would have amounted to now, and to just sort of ask that, what if I cannot keep my money on a particular stock for 10 years, and I don't know, I still want to make profits. Like, what is the
You can sell
advisable
at any point. You can
term or
sell.
period
Okay,
of
let me take your.
holding it
Okay, let me
before I
take
buy
your
it?
questions one after the other. Number
And
one,
before I sell it, or
you can buy and
hello, ma, can you
sell
hear me, ma?
anytime. Yes, I can hear you. But let
Okay,
me take
ma.
your questions one after the other. Number
Okay,
one,
ma.
you can buy your stocks and sell anytime. You can buy and sell anytime of your choice. You can buy and sell anytime of your choice. So far,
Okay, ma.
the stock is liquid. You can buy anytime and sell at your pace. You don't have to worry about anything. There's a ready buyer once you're ready to sell.
Okay, ma.
That's one. So you can choose to hold for a year. But I should say something that if you're doing anything less than a year, please don't do shares. Don't have the mind that you want to keep a particular stock for like 3 months. It might work. Yeah,
Okay, ma.
like this, the entire market has been on bullish run. The entire market has been on bullish run. Trump won in the United States, and he has been some favorable policies for the economy, and it's making share price really jump in the United States, for instance. And Nigeria too. The CBN has been coming up with a lot of things that is regulating the economy this time. We started with 24% inflation in January, and now we're at 20%. And they are still saying that before December, they're expecting that it to be like 15%. I pray that God helps them to do that, achieve that. What I'm trying to say is that, yeah, if you are doing less than a year, it is not advisable. It's best is have a plan of a year upward. You can do 2, you can do 3, you can do 4, you can do 30 years. But I feel like everybody should be holding a stock portfolio from now to retirement, no matter how old you are. You should be holding something in your portfolio, shares in your portfolio. And of course, you are young. I don't know the age range of people that are here, but if you are less than 40, I feel like you should have if you are less than 60, you should have an investment portfolio. Because there's something for older people. If you are 50, there's something for you still. So I'm believing that everybody on this call is sort of below 60, and somehow you should have an investment portfolio for you. So you can choose to sell at any point. That's one. Then your second question was that sorry, I didn't get it. I forgot again. Sorry, what was the second question? Sorry.
So the second question was to ask that, I know you've answered a bit of it, was to find out that for a new investor, which would you highly recommend? Would you
Okay,
recommend the
growth.
dividend
I
stock?
always recommend growth. I
Okay.
always recommend growth. And the way you can do your growth stocks, you can try to like, okay, if you have maybe like 20K per month to spend now, this is just an illustration. You can choose that when you are buying just 2 growth stocks. You can just be committed to that growth stocks for the next 2 years, just 2 or 3, depending on how many you choose and how much you have available. If you are doing 20 and you are ready to split between 2 stocks, you can just take those 2 stocks and advisable blue chip companies are already solid. Now you know that yes, something cannot happen now. GT, you know, to some extent they are solid companies. You can just try to keep building and see what your portfolio looks at the end of 2 years. You understand? So growth stocks, especially if you are young, there's this rule of thumb that to know how much of your money should be in stocks, remove 100 from your age. Then the balance should be your stock portfolio. So if you are 30, you should be having 70% in stocks. If you are 25, you should be having 75 in stocks. So long term is the goal. Growth stocks is the goal eventually. Even for when you are talking about dividends, you can really actually invest in dividend. You must not spend your cash. You can invest in a dividend. If you feel like you want to invest in some solid companies, because some people believe in only very, very solid companies. Companies that have been here for more than 100 years, like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a solid company, and what they do, they are not much into growth again. And what is Coca-Cola doing that? Is it that they need to enter new country, or what are they, or they need to start doing product? People always drink Coke. You understand? So they're not spending so much again, so they pay a lot of dividend. You can choose not to spend even that dividend. You can reinvest it for the long term. But you know that yes, Coca-Cola is going to be here. If Jesus doesn't come yet, it's another 100 years. I've not seen that drink that will come and overthrow Coca-Cola anywhere in the world, in America or Nigeria, anywhere at all. You understand? Coca-Cola is a solid company and it's been here for ages. they've done more than 100 years. So you can be like, okay, I'm investing Coca-Cola alone, and I must be investing for the next 2 years, and just keep. Of course, it may not grow so much, but since I invested in dividend, it will amount to something eventually. Did that answer your question, ma? I think there's a question in the chat box too, and person was like, she doesn't really get
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very
ROE
much,
and
ma'am.
debt to equity ratio. You're welcome. So ROE is just the amount of, let me just say, it's just your investment, how much of it turns to profit. So if now you're investing like 10,000 naira in GT, if they tell you that the ROE is 18%, that means that your 1,800 is what has the potential of becoming profit. Do you understand me? That this is the amount, percentage of your investment that has the potential of becoming profit in the next year. Both the capital gains and profits in dividend now. I don't know if you still got my explanation with that. Then debt on equity ratio is just how much of their total funds, the company's total funds, is debt. Like how much of it is debt? Like if they are telling me they have 20,000 naira assumption as total funds, how much of 20,000 naira are they owing people? Like I said, nobody will dadly come up here. I don't know if I start asking people that debt profile now, how many people do you owe money? Start coming out to talk. I don't think anybody will come out to talk. So that same way, companies shouldn't share. Although yeah, that is good. Yeah, if you're doing for business, but they shouldn't have so much debt that they're carrying to the extent that it should be at the detriment of shareholders. Because like I said, events happens to the company first by order. You settle your creditors first. You settle who you owe money first. I use the illustration of salary now. If I'm owing you 30,000 naira and I hand salary now, you're the first person I'm paying. Me, I'm based on integrity. I don't know for people that don't have integrity. No, but people that they owe you money and they'll block you and you stop seeing them till next year. But if you're a person of integrity, when you owe somebody money, as soon as you have money, you go straight and you pay back down loan. So then I'm saying that if they now have to, now imagine I'm earning 100,000 naira and my debt is like 300,000 naira. I don't want to cope. So what I'm going to say that if they have so much debt than the ordinary shareholders fund, then that is because if anything happens, this is the implication. If anything happens, if they need to liquidate your investment as a shareholder to pay debtors, they will do it. To pay creditors, they will do it. As a owner, if they've exhausted their profits. Just like now, if I'm owing you 300,000 naira, my salary is 100,000 naira, and you're holding me by my shirt that come and give me my money by force, by fire. I can really go to my house and sell something so I can give you your money. Let's say that you're carrying me to police station, you're already embarrassing me, you're already shouting all over the town, for me, owing me money. I hope that was okay. Let me go and sell the next valuable thing to give you. So you can leave me alone. So what it means is that if they have too much debt, it can touch you as owner. They can carry some of your money and pay their creditors off. So that is why I'm saying that make sure that they are not carrying so much debt, because that is potential danger. That is potential danger. Please, do you understand what I've said so far? Miss Lovett. Thank you. And if you feel like you still need further explanation, you can just chat me up on WhatsApp. I can just maybe show you through a financial statement or something. So let's talk about how to buy shares. You can buy through your brokers. I shared it on the group yesterday on Telegram. You can go back there and check list of brokers in Nigeria. You can buy from Afrivest, you can buy from Meristem, you can buy from, there are a lot of stock brokers out there, a lot. They're licensed, and you can buy through third-party fintech apps too. The same way I showed you Bamboo yesterday. I wish you have more time. I would have loved to show you, but if you still have a bit to do, and we still have quiz and it's almost 9. That is why I'm trying to manage our time right now. So you can go on Bamboo. The same way you buy your T-bills, you see the option of Nigerian stocks, you see the option of foreign stocks. You can buy any one of your choices that you have done your research on. You can decide to just buy it. Just click. It's as simple as you're transferring money. Before you know, the next one you have open, just click buy. From buy, then that's all. Then at the buy stage, you can have to, is it market order? Market order means, are you buying it right now? Like, they want it at the current price right now. You say yes. But if it's limit order means, I don't want to buy at this price, I want it to be lesser. You can fix your own price that I only buy GT if GT goes to 18 naira. If it doesn't go to 18 naira, don't buy for me. It's like you're negotiating. that kind of thing that you go to market and you want to buy clothes and they're like, Shekogba, you want to buy pepe. And the woman is quoting 2.5 and I say that, no, 1.5, something like that. So you have the right to create your price. And if price ever gets there, you execute your order. And if it doesn't, of course, you get that kind of gist. So let's now move to building a balanced portfolio. Let's put the knowledge I've learned yesterday and today together. I told you yesterday was foundation, building safety. Today is building your walls. Building your walls, then at the end of the day, building your roof. So, you're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. Is there another question if I move forward? Observation questions and all of that. If I move forward. Let me just give you a little ginger before we move forward. Let me show you what people are earning in dividend. Because that is the goal. We're not there yet, but we are seriously building to be there. Yeah, see what people are getting dividend. Can you see my screen? Zenith Bank to pay Jimovia 5.18 billion as dividend. These people don't work. They don't overwork safe. So see people's money speaking for them. This is not anything. Just their thank you gifts. Dividend is their thank you gift for investing in a particular company. And this is what Zenith Bank is paying Jimovia. So they are paying is getting. It got over 12 billion last year from UBA as dividend. It's not touching investment. So when you now see these people buy private jets, you now be thinking of social media that they're not really struggling to impress anybody. They're buying these things from the investor that is betting. They're not struggling to buy these things. No. They're not borrowing money to buy these things. They're buying from their dividend that is betting children. Their investor that is betting children. They're buying from dividend, they're buying from interest. So this man now can say that I want to do birthday on the water for 3 months, for 100 years. Of course, spending his dividend. So this is the goal. And now we can also build from where we are. Yeah, we're not yet Jimovia, we're not yet Jimovias of this world, we're not yet the Tony Elumelu, but we can be the next generation we can be the next generation of Tony Elumelus, the Dangles and the rest, just by retail investing. And as God blesses the work of our hands, of course, we increase the investment portfolio. But you can start from somewhere. You can start building from where you are. You can 500 naira can start you something tonight. If you want me to help you set up, I'm here for you. So I'm going to be talking about building a balanced portfolio now. Let me see. Building a both safety and growth. I mentioned it yesterday. Your safety is your foundation. You're not able to buy GT stocks and go to sleep if you have school fees to pay in January. You don't use children's school fees to buy stocks, so no, please don't do that. Like I said, you don't invest in stocks if you have a less than a year plan. Do all those options like I said yesterday. If your time is less than a year, do what I said yesterday. The things we discussed yesterday. It is not get me rich quick. It is not Ponzi. It is not double your money. It is not double your money. No, you're not doing your money quick. No. So you build safety first, then you can now grow into investment. So if you have a lump sum, for instance, now, and you want safety with growth, you can do T-bills with growth stocks. You can try to invest in treasury bills, some part of it in treasury bills and some part in growth stocks, so that we have a balanced portfolio. And that one is, if your motive is passive income, you can do that T-bills or MMF. You can do T-bills, for instance, then do dividend stocks too, for instance. You can do dividend stocks. I wish there's more time I can talk about stocks that pay dividend. Yeah, I'm talking about dividend stocks. I'm talking about in Nigeria, I'm talking about like GT, the UBS, the Zenith, the Boaz, the Seplat. If you're talking about America, I'm talking about Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, you're talking about Pepsi, and the rest. If you're talking of ETFs that pay dividend in the US, I'm talking of SPY High. It's combination. It's tracked about the 500 top American companies. So they pay fat dividend. They pay as high as 11% per year. But like I said, there's going to be another of this session in November where we can talk deep into these things. Deep into these things. So So if you're starting with little funds, like you're building right now, maybe you don't have a lump sum, you're building right now, you can build with your MMF, put your 5K in MMF, put your 10K in gold stocks. That's just 15K on a monthly basis. Put your 5K in MMF, put your 15K in growth stocks, that's 20K. If you want to build safety and potential income, potential passive income, you can do MMF for safety, dividend stocks for your passive income. If you want a mix of safety, growth, and passive income, it's possible. Maybe like the other person said the other time, those people said there's a part of them put in stocks, there's a part they in growth stocks, a part they put in dividend stocks. They can still build with your MMF, put a bit in growth stocks, put a bit in dividend. And these three I just talked about, 20,000 naira can achieve it on a monthly basis. 20,000 naira can achieve it realistically. I'm not going to mention because this bootcamp is meant to be for people that are really starting from the ground. Like no, I won't use that. I won't like to use the word the ground. But just beginners, you understand? People that are just beginning, people that let's be realistic, Nigerians, you may not be have more than the way inflation is, salary is safe, everything don't finish before the 10th of the month. Our month is not very realistic. So even though it's just 15, 20, you can commit to investing on a monthly basis, it is achievable. And if you can do more than that, you can do 1 million, I'm your guest. But as much as what I want that person that is just starting out life to be able to do these things easily and know that investment is not just for the rich. It's not for the rich of this world alone. It is for us all. And thank God technology has made it to be within our reach. And now we can do that in piecemeal. As little as $1, you can buy ETFs in America, you can buy stocks in America, you can buy 500 GT Co, you can buy all of these things. And somebody is even waiting GT Co shares this night. So let's go get to business. Let's get to business. So as asset allocation now. Please, any question on balancing your portfolio? Any question? So let's move to asset allocation. Asset allocation is just how you can allocate your assets. Like I said the other time, that 20,000 naira can achieve something for you. So if you are dropping 10,000, 20,000 naira now to start your assets and to start your investment journey, you can choose to do conservative for 70. If you that kind of person that nothing must touch my money, I can have IBP. You can start with 70% in MMF and maybe 30% in maybe like GT stock. That's I use 20,000 to do case study now. And if you are doing a balanced portfolio, like okay, I can see bear risk. My risk appetite is still I'll talk about risk appetite social. So you can do 50% safety MMF, and you can do like 50% in growth stocks. So maybe 50% in Tesla, for instance. Now, if you think you want to go abroad, have you seen Tesla shares in the last 1 month? People of God. So we keep saying these things. So if you're aggressive, you're someone that we did there, we did Gidigba, you can do aggressive investing. You can do 30% in safety, 30% of your total in safety, the remaining 70% in growth stocks. If you're aggressive. And of course, the more risk you take, the more returns for you. If you are an aggressive investor, you have potential for higher returns than a conservative investor, of course. So the more you pay, the more you are ready to pay the price in terms of risk, the more money you have the potential of having. So another thing I want to say is that when it comes to portfolio, that volatility that comes with it, please, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. That uncertainty that comes with having shares and the price is 10 naira today, tomorrow is 9 naira, next tomorrow is 10 naira, the other month is 11 naira. It is part of the game. Everybody face that thing. So please don't let it be a big deal to you. Don't let it be a big deal to you. Just like anybody that will swim, you first feel that you pay for being here, the price you pay for investing, and on the long run, it's going to pay you eventually. I wish I have some stories to share, but time won't allow us, of people that have done this successfully in the US, in Nigeria here. US, I've forgotten his name right now, and it was a janitor. I think janitors are just cleaners, like our cleaners, and it was after his monthly bills, his feeding and his rent, he was investing most of his money in a stable ETF, and he did that for more than 30 years of his life. And by the time he was dying, he was leaving millions of dollars inheritance that is only the rich that leave for their children, for his children. That was what was living, and it was like, how did this kind of man have such kind of money? So everybody see him as an ordinary man every day, pushing, trying to mop the floor, trying to sweep, trying to lock doors after you, all of those things. But at the time of his death, he was able to leave something very significant for his children. So when I say that, although he won't start late, because I heard maybe he started at 70, he started at maybe like 40 or 50 or something there about, and he was able to make a good use of it, of his time, the little time he had left. So the same way, if you are your 30s, 20s, 40s, you can build a beautiful future for yourself in the next 30 years. Let never be many in the next 30 years. Not only the $10 that will be climbing yachts by the next 30 years. Let our children too have inheritance. Let them be able to go to Harvard. So they won't be bouncing visa now because they know Nigerians don't have money. Let your children, let them be able to get a visa and show them your account, your investment portfolio, and be like, my daddy got money now. And give them that equal opportunity. If you don't do it for yourself, you feel like maybe you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the sake of your children. Do it for the sake of your children. So now I think we should just go for the quiz. It's 10 minutes to 9, and I really want us to end by 9. Any question? Any question for me? Anybody with any question for? Okay, ma.
Please, I have a question. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
what platforms can we invest for, maybe crypto or Bitcoin? Like what platform?
Okay. Number one, you can buy crypto from normal exchanges like Bybit, for instance. But I won't advise, if you want to do that, yeah, you can do that. You can buy from Bybit, you can buy from what's this? Rednet also. Rednet. You can buy from one of those exchanges. A lot of them out there. But what I would advise is that why don't you buy a Bitcoin backed ETF? So that
there's a Bitcoin backed
professionally managed.
ETF too.
Yes, that the only thing they trade is Bitcoin. You understand? They just buy Bitcoin, and so the good things that they are professionally managed. You understand? So the days is low, they want to know what to do. The days it is high, you know what to do. Instead of you, since you may not be able to manage it, you understand? They can manage it for you. So there's an ETF that you can buy that is just focusing on Bitcoin or crypto.
Okay,
so
what platform can
that
we
was
buy
our advice instead of your direct exposure.
Okay. What
You can buy
platforms
on
can
Bamboo.
we see
You can
that?
buy on Bamboo.
On Bamboo. Okay. Thank you.
You can buy on Bamboo. Yeah. You can buy on Bamboo. You're welcome. You're welcome. So any other question for me? Okay. If there's none, please let's get ourselves ready for today's quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. My own is not a question, is a gratitude. I know I'm a teacher and I'm a coach. I know the energy exerted to deliver this knowledge. I want to say thank you. Thank you for this quality investment. And our result, we thank you properly. We are grateful, Ms. Fumbi. Thank you so much for this quality investment, $1 million investment.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Insightful. It was really, really insightful. It's even for a layman, even if you don't have any background in finance or anything, you'll be able to still understand what is being said. Thank you. You did a very wonderful job. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the review. I'm honored. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So let's go straight to our quiz now. Thank you, Faye. Okay, ETF. What is an ETF? Okay, ETF is just a basket of investments, like an AMPA. When you see ETF, just imagine an AMPA. No, you're buying an AMPA. Like Christmas is almost now. You start seeing the supermarket bringing out hampers. Yeah, you're buying that whole basket. Yeah, so you're buying a basket of shares together. That's what an ETF is. Or a basket of investments together. It can be shares, it can be crypto, like we just mentioned now. Again, I went off my network. I'm really sorry. So let's get to the quiz fast. Seven seconds more. And we are done. Number 2. Yeah, number 3 now. Yeah, 4 now. Five seconds to go. 5 now. Sorry. Let's go back to sharing. Okay, 6. Seven now. Three, two, 1. 8. And number 9.
Your network has been breaking. We can only hear number 8, number 9, but we can't hear any other thing.
5 seconds to go. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
10. And we are done. Yeah, we are done.
Please, the network was really breaking. I don't know if we can do a kind of start from the beginning again just to get it.
Honestly, I couldn't hear anything. The network was really breaking.
Like, I can't find these answers again, no. Hello?
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 Can we please do
Yeah, I can't find these answers.
a recap
Is
of the questions so that we can drop the answers? There was a
Okay, please
network
let's do
break.
that.
There was a network break.
Okay. It's all right. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see from my side.
Okay, yeah, that's one. Let's be quick. It's past 9 already. So I'm going to 2 now. So I'm going to number 3 now. Number 4. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Number 5. And number 6. Number 7. Number 8.
So I told him that we are coming, he said we should go to international conference center.
Number 9. And 10. I think we should all be done by now. Okay. I don't know. This didn't go well. I just saw like 4 people's chat and you only answered 2 questions.
The slide was very fast. Before we could even read it,
Yes,
that's gone.
seriously.
Hey,
Walai.
hey. So people want me to carry my GT stock and be going.
The
People want me to
network
carry my
this
GT
night
stock.
is really, really bad. The
Yeah,
network
I'm
is
so
really,
sorry about that. And I've been trying to switch between 2 networks, but it's as if I'm so sorry. It's very cloudy here, so I feel like maybe that's why. Very cloudy, and it worked well yesterday. I'm so sorry. So I think we'll have to continue many one on the group. Maybe we should probably do another. Are we agreeing that on the Telegram group we can just do it maybe tomorrow or during the weekend time during the week? I don't want this meeting to be more than what it is already. I don't want to start that again. Are we agreeing
that will be fine.
Are we all agreeing? Mr. Jagede, are you agreeing?
I already dropped it first.
You dropped what? You dropped it to the general group. Okay, is it we dropped it? No, you dropped it to the general group. No, I know that disqualifies. No, that is disqualified. No, that disqualifies you already. I thought to me personally, you want another person to be stealing your answers.
I chatted.
Okay, can we do this on the group? Maybe you can choose a day. Because I really want someone to win these GT shares. And there's still some mutual funds to be won, money market funds to be won. When can we do this? When can we do this?
We can do it on Monday. So,
okay, tomorrow is fine. In the afternoon.
Okay, for me is that I have philosophy is that there's a quote that says interpretation without application is an abortion. So you have interpreted for us to have a deadline. Okay, what are you opening your own account? Have you opened, even though it's just 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 10 million?
Yeah.
Capacity. Start something.
Yeah, that was going to be my conclusion. That's why I don't want us to run back to the quiz. Yeah, exactly. You went through my mind, and that's the last thing to say. Exactly. What are you doing next? What are you still waiting for? What are you doing next? When are you building your portfolio? If you don't have anything to do at all, if you don't really know what to, maybe most of the things I said this night, the jargon I said about financial statement and you don't understand, start with the blue chip companies first. Like the companies we use every day. This is not financial advice though, like MTN. Let me show you a particular MTN and news I saw. To that point, if I not show it to, thank God. If I forgot you, like, what are you still waiting for? I'm coming. See this news. Can everybody see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, I can see your screen.
The mobile subscription from MTN and Airtel in just August. 171.3 million. So, where is your money in all of this? Like, are they making money for you? MTN has a part of this 177, Airtel has, and they are both on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. What are you still waiting for? These are the things we use every day. Me and you use every day. We have recharged. I've bought data countless times. This month, September. Because of this boot camp, I want to recharge 2 different lines, you understand? So is your money part of the money we are recharging? Like, are they making money for you? You eat sauce tomorrow again. I used to looking at Dangote sugar and sauce there. I used to think of people are billionaires every day. Dangote cement is there. If you go to Nigeria, you are seeing Tesla every day building, producing electronic vehicles. I used to sleeping on them. iPhone, Apple, they released 17 last within this month, September. They are doing very well. They are product in high demand. Their financials is good. Are you still waiting? If you don't want all of that, ETF is waiting. Let's say you can't even do so much about thinking so much about the financial part of things, the statement part of things. Why don't you do ETF? 500 companies in the US at once cannot fail. So when are you opening your own account? When are you opening your own account? And you can open for your children, your minors. Just all they need is their NIN. And all of these things I'm talking about, just in KYC, even for you, your NIN.
That's a very good news.
So even for your kids, so what are you waiting for? The money they're dashing them, you want to be like our mom is that pocket our money that year. Use their money to invest for them now. It's their money. The visitors again that dash them 5K for them. Buy them ETF and keep in their accounts. So when are you trying to open your own account? What are I doing next? With all of this information I've said that I've just wasted weeks of preparing for this, 2 days of my time for you to just hear what I have to say, see my beautiful face and just go. No, that's not my motive. So please, let's set something up for you. Let's set something up for you. So any other question?
Okay,
any
I have like you just mentioned now, the network has really been bad. So there are some information that I actually missed. So you just mentioned something about children can actually have their own, buy their own shares, and you mentioned that they can use NIN, right? That's the only requirement. Is that the only requirement?
To be certain, you can just talk. Yeah, I know that they have request for an NIN, and that's what a child should have majorly. But I'll try and research more. Like I'll try and ask more about that. Because different platforms have their different requirements. You understand? But I'm very sure when NIN is something that's general. But whatever they will ask you, the parents should have. They can ask for your own BVN. You understand? So anything they're asking of you is something you should have. They should ask for your anything KYC, your BVN, maybe your NEPA bill, all those things. It's something you should have. You understand? So it's not something. But the only thing specific to child may just be the NIN. May just be the NIN. So every other thing they should, of course, is specific by is really built by the brokers, their requirements, but they're just general requirements. Just like banks now, you know the regular things to open your bank account. So it's not something you don't have. They will not ask for something you're not likely going to have. Yes, I was saying something.
Hello, Ma. So thank you so much for the training. I'll be looking out for GT's shares, because I'll be looking out for GT shares, MTN. Maybe there are other banks too that are selling their shares at the moment. I think maybe Sterling, and so I'll look at them. I'll use these formulas, the PE ratio and their EPS to check which one is very viable, and I'll work with them. Thank you. Thank you.
This is my network too. Hello. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
I can hear you.
So I'm dropping the links again. Please do well and drop a review. Help me fill the form so I can be better. I know you want to come back next time to my improved version. So help me. Be honest with me. I don't use speed too. So thanks for coming, everyone. I really appreciate your time. You taking 2 hours of your time to be here. It's not beans. It's not beans. Thanks for coming. And I hope that whatever expectation you had to Mr. I met it. Like maybe not 100%, I'm fine with even though it's just 80. Yeah, because this is an ongoing relationship. I don't expect that this is ending here. That's why I'm leaving my contact so we can make an acquaintance of each other. Yeah. So feel free to communicate with me via WhatsApp, by Telegram. Leave me a review on my form, Google form which I just dropped. So thanks for coming, everybody. I really appreciate this one. And it's pain me that we can't really celebrate the person that won GT shares this night. But don't worry, we'll be on the group tomorrow. We'll be on the group tomorrow. But there's GT shares for grab and maybe some pieces of money mutual funds here and there. Thanks for coming, everyone. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hearing me. I hope that to some extent I made impact. Like there's something you can take away from here today that will stick with you, that will make you to also start this investment journey just like the rest of us. We're not there yet, but of course we are building. And I hope that you from this, at least if anything, you don't take anything away from here, just so that in your mind, your psyche should be in the place of building now. Yeah. If you have not been building before, yeah, it's your wake up call. It's your wake up call. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate everyone. Any other thing before we call this a night? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the comments. Thank you.
So much.
Yeah, Mr. Jagged actually dropped his own answers, but please we'll continue on the group, It might be. Yeah, we'll continue on the group tomorrow. We can just do that tomorrow evening. Can do that tomorrow evening. Please join our group, join our group, everybody, join our group. Let's go and let's talk about money. Let's make money together.
Are you speaking to
Thank
the
you so much,
Telegram
everyone.
group?
I'll be ending the meeting right now. Thank you for coming again. Thanks for spending your time with me.
Hello, Ma. Are you speaking to the
God bless you.
Telegram group?
Ma?
Are you speaking to the Telegram group?
Hey God, she's breaking. I can't hear. You said?
Is it the Telegram group you are
Please,
speaking
can
to?
you type in the chat box? Sorry, I didn't hear you, ma. Sorry, my network tripped off. Thank you, everyone. Thank you once again. See you on the other side of the world. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you.